India has scripted history by lifting the inaugural U19 Women's T20 World Cup. Opting of course, we've also been given to understand that the spectacular win took place yesterday and has been followed by grand celebrations across the country. In fact, as the Indian women's team created history, congratulatory messages poured in from political leaders, including the Prime Minister himself, and notable sports persons also. Joining us on the broadcast now, we have Sunil Yash Kalra. He's the founder of Indian Sports Fan. Mr. Kalra, the Indian under-19 women's team has scripted history, sir. Of course, we're all smiles as we even say this. Can you tell us some highlights from yesterday's match?
Yes, absolutely. India walked into the tournament, into the final by winning 5 matches of their classification rounds and semi-final. They only lost to Australia. Now, very importantly, England had defeated Australia by a close margin in the semi-final. So England walked in with a slight favorite, but what a game India played. I mean, restricting the world's best team and the best players was a phenomenal job that these girls had done. Their total was meager, but the good part of the entire, the bright spots of the entire tournament was Indians were leading. I mean, 2 of the top players were Indian batters. Shweta Sherawat and Shefali Verma were the top 4 of the world's best batters in the team in the entire tournament. So India walked in with a certain level of edge. But again, it was an amazing win, and this victory has come back after. This is the first time India has ever won an ICC tournament. Even if it's an under-19, it was a huge victory for India, especially in the 50 years that India is celebrating as Women's Cricket Forum. Paradip.
All right, Mr. Kalra, stay on with us. We also have Suman Sharma. She's a former cricketer, also joining us on the broadcast. Thank you so much, ma'am, for speaking with us. Of course, we're reaching out to you on a very happy occasion. It is indeed a momentous time. The fact that the under-19 women's team has now been able to win this cup. Ma'am, what do you make of it?
It is for women's cricket, it is the biggest achievement from 2-3 times the senior team reached to finals, but we couldn't make it. So, and now it will give a lot of, exposure to the girls, and a lot of professionalism in the women's cricket will come. And because India won, so young girls will take up this sports as a profession now. So this is the one biggest thing which happened. And now the WIPL is also coming up. So lot of girls will take up this sports.
Ma'am, do you think that this is going to inspire, women to in fact take up the sport more? Because, cricket is more or less, at least in our nation, dominated by, men. It's the men's cricket team that is given the most, attention, so to speak. But do you think that wins like this also somewhere motivate the young girls in India to maybe take up the sport in a certain sense?
Yes, of course, because like I have 2017 when India reached the finals. After that, many young girls started coming to coaching centers, and they're taking this sports professionally. So they're going to the academies, and I'm from Delhi, so most of the girls going to the academies. Now, number of girls has increased drastically in Delhi. So, and also now they know the names of many women players. Earlier, they hardly knows the names. People hardly knows the names of the women players. Now everybody knows, and everybody is seeing the matches on TV, and they're discussing about the women's cricket now.
All right, Ms. Sharma, Really appreciate you, ma'am, joining us on the broadcast and, of course, giving us, that short insight into from where you see the win that India has had yesterday. Still with us on the broadcast is Sunil Yash Kalra. Mr. Kalra, if I can come back to you, sir. Sir, from here, what are the next steps? What happens now?
Well, there is a strange, cunning similarity between the 2007 Indian win, the men's win in South Africa, the first T20 ever World Cup, and the IPL, and then the game suddenly exploding. I see a great resemblance there because this is the first time Indian girls have won the tournament. Point number two, we are just weeks away from the Senior World Cup. Again, the pressure would be on India to win because the junior girls have done it. So they will go out and outperform and they'll reach to the finals at least in the same venue at South Africa. And the third and the most starking resemblance is that soon after the World Cup, there is a women's IPL. And this is like a history, if you look at it in 2007 and 8, when the IPL was created, was on the same premise. If India has won the T20 World Cup, you will get players, you will get a huge talent pool, and we can create a product that can be the best in the world. And this is what BCCI has been doing. They want to create the biggest T20 tournament in the world for women, and I think this is a great start to that to the process.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.